Change at any scale, whether it's in your personal life or a global health crisis that redefines your definition of normal, is always an opportunity to define and redefine who you are and who you're going to become. Whether it's a job loss, a health scare, a relationship breakup, or a global event like we're seeing right now, that change in your reality impacts you on all levels. The impact is psychological, it's physiological, it's emotional, it's relational. It ripples to touch every facet of your human experience. When something in your reality changes, your habituated and normalized behaviors are challenged. Your daily routines are challenged. Your memorized emotional responses are challenged. Your focus and attention is challenged. Your identity, who you knew yourself to be up until this event, is challenged. You're moved into a process of multidimensional change. This level of change can kick your survival instincts into gear, and if unchecked, can keep you cycling in stress response states longer than the 30 to 60 seconds you're meant to be in those stress response states. Fear, anxiety, physical tension, distractibility, irritability, and a wide range of psychological, emotional, and physiological states are all indicating to you that your survival instincts are running the show. Staying in your survival programming takes your energy away from your conscious creative process and your conscious power. So your goal in times of change has to be to regulate yourself back into conscious attention and focus. This process of multidimensional change is growth. The evolution of consciousness at any scale, from the individual to the collective, requires that one level of mind undergoes a deep transformative process so that space for a new expanded level of mind to emerge can be created. You have to empty out the old stuff so that the new energies you've called forward, the empowerment you've called forward, the love that you've called forward, the abundance you've called forward can all come in. Change is what catalyzes this process, and rarely will it be expected. Change ignites a process that requires you to dissolve and wash away old beliefs, old models, old definitions and expectations of yourself and others, so that a more resonant or expanded model can take hold, one that is in alignment with a higher order of reality. And this growth process doesn't get it wrong. And you have the option. As a deliberate focuser of consciousness, you get to choose how you're going to move through this process. Engaging consciously with your subjective process and experience will help you move through the stages of change more fluidly, from the dissolution of old beliefs and behaviors to the integration of the new. You can consciously support yourself and others so that what's allowing you to progress through the stages of change and transformation is your intelligence, your wisdom, your higher heart mind. Instead of moving from one step in the process to the next unconsciously or reactively under the control of fearful survival programs, you can engage with yourself each day and with presence move through the breakdown of the old. You can consciously participate in that process. Moving through this process consciously allows you to remain present and grounded, which in turn allows you to see the flux of old perceptions that come up for what they are. Rather than getting enmeshed, entangled, or overwhelmed by these old perceptions, old attachments to the way things were, old habituated emotions and behaviors, old stories, you maintain a grounded, higher perspective that allows you to process and integrate without being overtaken by the flow of psychic material that gets stirred up. Remember, what gets stirred up, what gets triggered, what gets brought up to the surface of your awareness is the stuff that needs to get cleared and released so that this new expanded you that is emerging has space to become fully embodied. So, Here are some questions you can ask yourself to engage with the process consciously and give yourself the time, attention, and space you need to fully move through this and come out the other side feeling more whole than you've ever felt before. How can I nurture myself and others as I go through this transformation? In what ways can I amp up my self-care routine to nurture myself psychologically, emotionally, and physically? Am I willing to see this as a new birth and a new beginning? What story am I telling as I go through this process? Am I willing to focus on the solutions? Am I willing to see this as a glorious opportunity to become more of who I am? What's my intention and vision for my life right now? And how will I stay aligned to it as I go through this change? Am I listening to my body's innate wisdom as I go through this process? What am I being called to let go of? What old perceptions, beliefs, expectations about myself and others am I being called to release? Can I recall how I've done this before? How I've gone through change and transformation and come out the other side a more empowered human being? Can I reflect on my accomplishments and really allow myself to stand in the beauty of my being? Am I willing to tell a beautiful story right now? Am I willing to create a positive narrative? Am I feeling my feelings as I go through this transformation? What will allow me to adapt and easily move with this change in reality? Am I loving myself and others through this process? Am I radiating love, patience, and kindness to myself and others right now? Am I connecting to my inner child and allowing myself to experience playfulness and humor as I go through this change? Am I connecting to the spontaneity and freedom of my inner child right now? What wisdom can I access in the here and now to help me make wiser choices and decisions? Am I willing to see this as an adventure? Can I allow myself to remember that the magic is within me, that I am one with a vast interconnected, intelligent, and responsive universe? Can I allow myself to see a bigger picture? Can I expand my vision to see beyond this time of change? How can I be strategic about my growth process right now? What do I need to face to keep moving forward? What goals can I set for myself for the immediate time frame to help myself continue to move forward? How can I stay grounded and connected to nature? Am I allowing the nourishing energy of the earth to keep me grounded as I go through this process? Can I see that this storm, this period of flux, this chaos, has a purpose that is for my highest good? What will allow me to shine from my core essence as I go through this transformation? Do I trust the greater intelligence of the cosmos? Do I recognize that there is a positive order to the growth and expansion of the universe, and that I'm a part of that positive order? Remember, you are a powerful and integral part of the whole cosmos. Each and every day affords you the opportunity to be more than you've ever been before. And you have the intelligence, the wisdom, the courage, and the heart to be able to flow through any change, leveraging that change so that you attain more energy, more power, more consciousness, more intelligence, more wisdom, and more of who you really are.